So we're back here at the Hydrogen Technology World Expo in Hamburg. I'm here on the booth of Cavendish Hydrogen, chatting to Nils Jacob, who is the Chief Commercial Officer. It's a pleasure to be chatting to you, Nils. Will you tell us a little bit about Cavendish Hydrogen and what you do within the industry?
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you for coming around. So Cavendish is actually a company that has pioneered the fueling station industry for hydrogen, and today is one of the leading suppliers of fueling stations worldwide. We have fueling stations in America, in Canada, we have in Korea, and then we have several places in Europe as well. And also have one of the largest manufacturing facilities in Haaning, where we also have our R&D activities and have industry experts really around, making us a strong player in the market for fueling stations.
So what is your strategic focus, I suppose, both for today, but also for the future moving forward?
Yeah. So on the product side, we have been focusing for several years on tackling what I think, as a newcomer into the industry, is an industry-wide topic, which is to improve quality on key components, making sure that reliability on stations is improving. And what we can see definitely from recent experience across the whole of our portfolio, but especially with newly installed stations, is that we are now achieving an availability which is above 95%. On the best stations, we're seeing an upward trend across the whole portfolio. And at the same time, what we're also seeing, and that's important for our customers, is that cost of poor quality is just falling. And that's while actually dispensing more hydrogen than ever before. So activity up, cost of poor quality is down. And I think that's really in a nutshell what is an achievement for us over the latest years. When we look forward, and especially look forward on the short term, our focus is going to be on Europe, primarily where we see most activity. And we are continuing to be close to the market. We are putting actually even more emphasis on being close to the market, to our customers, getting out there, having dialogues with our customers. At the same time, also actively seeking partnerships with other companies in local areas so we can be close to those customers in local language, in local culture, which we know is what works. On the product side, we are now looking to finalize development on our high capacity station. That is a project that has been running for a while, and we are now actively looking for partners for piloting our high capacity station, also having the first conversations with potential partners around that. But for those who hear this is actually something that we are keen to start dialogue on with other companies as well, to see if we can get this station out there. We believe that the high capacity is the next stage for the industry as a whole, and we want to take part of that.
So if you do want to partner with Cavendish Hydrogen, this is your opportunity. Get in touch, have a conversation, start that with Nils, because obviously collaboration is so important. Now, sticking with moving forward into the future, what do you feel that the hydrogen industry needs to be viable moving forward? And what's Cavendish Hydrogen doing to, in a sense, make that happen?
What I can see, or what we can see, is definitely that the cost is going to come down, and that's across the whole value chain. That's also what we're working on, and why we think reliability is so important. So we're in a bit of a downturn, and also rebounding out of that downturn. I think what the industry right now needs is everybody working together in partnerships to really make the industry come back up again. We believe, as a company with 20 years of experience, with a good reputation, that we're going to emerge as one of the maybe 3 to 4 companies that will stand when a bit of consolidation has been taking place. But in terms of what is needed, then I think partnerships is between key players in the value chain is going to be very, very important. Another thing, obviously, is continued political support. And for this, we're just happy to see that the EU still is pushing, but I think needs a little more nudging.
So we were chatting before about the idea about where Denmark is positioned within that. And I want to give you an opportunity now, if there was a key message for people that are watching that you would like to get out there on behalf of Cavendish Hydrogen, on behalf of the industry, and within that theme of collaboration, what would it be?
You know, I'm proud to be a part of what was a renewable business in history in Denmark, and I think we have very, very strong traditions for that. I'm equally disappointed to see that Denmark is not among the countries that are implementing the RFIA regulations on a national basis right now. Even while being the chairman for the EU, nothing seems to be happening. So if I should send one message, it would be to our energy ministers to say, hey, let's kick that ball also and get that rolling.
Get it moving, keep it moving, because that's important. Nils, thank you so much. Nils Jacob there, Chief Commercial Officer for Cavendish Hydrogen here in Hamburg at the Hydrogen Technology Expo.